Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tea and Teachings. Happy Friday. I am so excited to share a story, a powerful story with you guys this morning on another episode of Tea and Teachings. If you guys have been here for a hot minute, I go live inside of this Facebook group every single Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I typically am drinking some tea and I'm giving a little teaching. Today, there's no tea because I'm actually meeting up with one of my friends. Yes, I got friends. I'm meeting up with one of my friends right after this, and we're going to go to a new cafe. So I'm so excited about that. But how are you guys doing? If you are here watching with me, say hello. Even if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay down below. I want to see who is here with me. But I want to share a story. Alexandra's on here. Alexandra has been crushing it. She's an Eat Normally, and she's just been showing up, committing to herself. I love it. So good, Alexandra. So a story that I want to share with you guys today has to do with a yoga class that I went to. And I'm going to relate this, of course, back to your relationship with food and how you can apply this lesson into your life. So yesterday, I attended a yoga class. Anyone do yoga? I love yoga. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It makes my body feel so good. And I love the yoga classes where you just lay down and don't really do much. Like those are literally the best classes. I'm just like, I go, I relax, my body just, chills out. Those are the best yoga classes. But this class that I went to, it was a gentle stretch. I'm a yogi as well. It's amazing. It just feels so good. Fun fact, I'm actually a yoga instructor, but I don't teach. I got my certification when I was like 18. I was a little crazy. Hi, Linda. Welcome. So I went to a yoga stretch and we did a bunch of stretching. There were certain poses that we did, right? We did the work, we did the action, we did the stretching with the bands, the hamstrings, we worked the body, we did the work. And then at the end of the class, many of you guys who do yoga, you know that there's a pose called Shavasana. And the instructor said something so powerful. She said, this is the time where you just lay here in pure stillness and reap the benefits of all of the poses that we just did today. Oftentimes, this is the hardest pose to stay in, but it's the most beneficial. And I want to talk about why this is important. So many people do without rest. Stillness is needed. You can go all you want, but you're going to burn out if you don't take those moments of stillness and silence and to be still and to rest. In Shavasana, we don't do anything. We lay there. There's no work, there's no effort, and the instructor clearly stated this is one of the most beneficial poses because your body is benefiting from all of the work that you've just done. There's a few key points here. We did the work, we did the poses, so now we can reap the benefits of them. You can't just lay in Shavasana and lay there on your back and expect yourself to reap any benefit if you're not putting in the work. You got to do the poses to reap the benefits, but also you can't just do poses and do poses and do poses and expect yourself to reap the full benefit. The benefit is in the combination of you do the work, you do the pose, and then you lay in Shavasana in stillness and you reap the benefits. So with your relationship with food, you got to put in the work. You got to show up. You got to take action. But you also need to surrender. You also need to trust the process, to be in stillness, to surrender in order to reap the benefits. When you're in Shavasana, you don't necessarily feel the benefits. right? Like when I'm laying there, it feels nice to relax. Sometimes I fall asleep. Hi, Carissa. Hi, Jessica. Welcome, you guys. When you're in Shavasana and you're laying there, it's nice to relax, but you don't necessarily feel the benefit of Shavasana right away, but it's being integrated into your body. With binge eating, you might not feel the benefit right away of specific brain-based tools or any specific tool to heal your relationship with food. You might not feel the benefit in the moment that you're actually utilizing the tool, but they're being integrated into your body. It's being integrated into your brain. You're reprogramming, rewiring your brain. Carissa is literally the best. What's up? It's motherfucking Friday. Like, let's freaking go. I love it. So you can't, there's so many lessons here. You can't just go and do without rest. Sometimes doing more is not the answer. Hi, Kristen. You need to utilize the right tools, but then you got to surrender and let your brain rewire. You got to surrender. You got to trust. You got to relax. In your journey to healing your relationship with food, 50% is active, meaning you show up, you utilize the tools, you're part of a community, like you show up for yourself. And the other 50% is you trust. Hi, Jamie. You surrender. You've let the work that you've done unfold, and now you got to reap the benefits. Hi, Jen. Hello, Jen. Hello, Jen, my membership client. Right? So this is so important. You can't just go without resting, but you also can't just rest and expect results. You have to find the balance. 50% go, take action, show up for yourself, utilize the tools to heal your relationship with food. And then the 50%, you got to trust, you got to surrender, and you got to let the work that you've done unfold. There might be times in your journey where you're not seeing results right away, but it doesn't mean that results aren't happening. I often use this phrase, things are happening behind the scenes that you don't know what's happening. So what I mean by this is when you're healing your relationship with food, you might not see dramatic changes. Like when you're on a fitness plan or, you used to be on diets, which I know you guys aren't doing now, right? But in the past, like if you've done certain, diets or whatever, it's like maybe you would see your body change. Healing your relationship with food, it's not like a tangible thing that you see changing necessarily. But guess what's changing? Up here, your brain. You can't really see that changing. You can't see your brain rewiring, but it's happening and you have to trust that. So if you utilize the tools and you're showing up for yourself and you're healing your relationship with food and it's been a week and you're like, I haven't seen anything yet. I don't know if anything's working. 50% is the work. You've done that. The other 50% is trust and surrender that everything you've done this week is leading up to a moment where maybe next week you have a breakthrough and you're able to leave food on your plate. Maybe the next week after you have an urge and you don't give in. Maybe in a month, you're starting to feel less guilty with food, but it's all adding up. That's the rest. That's the trust. That's the surrender. You've done the work. Now let's relax. Just like the yoga instructor said, we've done the poses. You've stretched. You've put in the work. Now let's surrender. Let's relax in Shavasana. If I just went to a yoga class and I just laid on my back the whole time in Shavasana, would I feel good? Well, maybe I felt okay if I just took a nap. Sometimes that's needed. But I would feel so much better if I put in the work and then I relax and I let the benefits of the pose integrate into my body. Is this making sense? Give me a yes in the chat if you're like, heck yes, this makes so much sense. Because maybe you've just wanted to go and, utilize the tools and why am I not seeing results? What tools do I need? What other tools do I need? What more tools do I need? You need the tools, but you also got to surrender. And a lot of people just want to know, like, what do I do to stop binge eating? You need that, but you also got to just be and trust and surrender. There's so many times on my journey where I remember asking, like, what else can I do? Yes, I feel that in the depths of my soul, seriously, it's so important to integrate. Kristen says yes. Jamie says yes. Carissa, it's landing for you. Linda says, yes, this is me. So when I was on my journey, I'm going to be honest with you. I remember always asking, like, what other tool can I use? Like, there must be another tool that I'm not using, like like this secret magic tool that I'm not using, because like I haven't seen results yet. But it's not that there's a magic tool. It's just sometimes things take time. And it's not about another tool sometimes. Sometimes it's not about another tool, but it's about integrating the tools that you're learning and trusting that those tools are going to change your life. I remember when like I said, I was on my journey, and I remember telling my coach, I'm like, okay, can you give me another tool? And she's like, well, did you use the tool that I shared with you last week? And I was like, oh, right. Yeah, you actually got to use the tools. People always think, well, there's another tool. There's another thing. No, you got to use the tool that's right in front of you and show up for yourself and integrate that into your reality. You got to actually utilize the tools. And then when you do, surrender. Just like meditation. If you meditate right now for a minute, is your life going to change? Probably not, to be honest. But imagine if you meditated for a minute over 30 days, your life would change. But many people are like, oh, I meditated. Well, that didn't work. Guess I didn't see results. It's been a day. It's been 1 minute. Right? You can't maybe physically see the result of your brain changing, but imagine in a month where you're going to be. Imagine in a few months where you're going to be. Imagine in a freaking year where you're going to be with your relationship with food if you commit to 50% of actually showing up, utilizing the tools, and then 50% surrendering and trusting that things are happening in your brain and you are reprogramming your brain. You are healing your relationship with food, even if you physically, tangibly can't necessarily see the results. It's happening. And I often say to my clients, rest, play, pleasure is a huge aspect of healing. You got to do, but then relax, have fun, rest, have fun, play, experience pleasure. The yin and the yang. Just like a yoga class. Put in the work, rest. Put in the work, rest. With your relationship with food, oftentimes clients come to my program and they're like going balls to the wall day one, and then you're going to burn out. The yin and the yang. I'm going to put in the work and I'm going to surrender and trust. I'm going to put in the work and I'm going to surrender and trust. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to allow myself to rest and have fun and experience pleasure and play. Those are all such important aspects. Carissa says, I've been meditating daily only for about 5 minutes, but I've been doing this for about 3 weeks. In the beginning, and my mind just wandered. As of late, I practically fall asleep. I'm so in tune in that meditation. And that's it. Carissa could have easily said, well, I've done it for 1 day for 5 minutes and it's not for me. My mind was wandering. I have a million things to do. I'm thinking about my cycle class that I have to teach tonight. And then my kid, like, she could have been like, oh, my mind wandered. It's not for me. But she stuck with it. She continued to show up for herself. She continued to utilize the tool. And it's no coincidence that she's reaping the benefits. So where are you cutting yourself short where you're either just resting in Shavasana, so to speak, and not doing anything and expecting your relationship with food to magically unfold and get better. But also, where are you just go, and just what's the next tool? What's the next tool? What's the next tool? But also, where are you utilizing a tool and you do it for one day and you're like, it's not working. If I just did one yoga pose and then I went into Shavasana, it wouldn't be the same if I did 5 yoga poses and then I went into Shavasana. Is this landing? When this teacher said this quote, this phrase of like, now we're relaxing in Shavasana and this is the most beneficial pose, my mind was like, yes, the rest, the trust, the surrender. That is a huge aspect of your relationship with food. So I want you to practice this in your life. Show up, commit, utilize the tools, take action every single day. You need to be doing things that are going to improve your relationship with food. And even if you're not seeing results yet, you continue to show up because it's the compound effect. I didn't see results today, but if I keep utilizing this tool, I'm going to see results. Oftentimes people say like, when did you stop binge eating? And I'm like, I don't know. I just focus on showing up for myself every single day. I just utilize the tools every single day. And then things started to happen. I would go out for dinner and I'd feel less guilty. And then I'd be home alone and I'm like, oh, I actually don't even have the urge to binge. And then I'd make chocolate chip pancakes, which used to be a huge trigger food, and I just eat it and like leave the rest for my husband. Like things started to happen. But imagine if I was like, oh, didn't see results yet, so like it's not working. I just kept going and I kept showing up and I committed. There's a compound effect, a ripple effect. You may not see results on day 1, but if you commit for a week, for a month, for 6 months, 12 months, this is why my membership is 6 or 12 months. Imagine if you committed to yourself for 6 or 12 months, the transformation that you would experience with your relationship with food, you're going to be so mind blown. You're going to be so mind blown. Carissa has been in the membership. She joined at the end of, I think it was like November, right? Carissa, it's been like a month. She's already seeing results, but because she's putting in the work. And she committed to a full year of herself. There's no rush. There's no, I better see results in a month. She committed to 12 months of herself, dedicating, healing. There is a trust and a surrender. I've got 12 months, but I'm also going to see results in month 1 because this is who I am. I show up for myself. Jen says, love this reminder that we're in this for the long term, but we can take it moment by moment. Yes. Jen's also one of my badass clients, and this is so true. One step at a time, one day at a time, one tool at a time. If you show up for yourself every single day, you're going to conquer. We have a lifetime. Yes. Who here, drop a meat in the chat if you're going to show up for yourself every single day. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Don't confuse my words. This is not about being perfect. Hey, Tara. This is not being perfect. Showing up for yourself every single day doesn't mean every single day you had the best day of your life. But even on the moments where you had a binge or you had a strong urge, you still show up the next day. Even if you didn't have the best day, you had an urge and you gave in. Is that going to knock you down? No. Tomorrow is a new day. It's one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Carissa says me. Jen says me. So this is what I have for you guys today. I want you to show up. I want you to implement the yin and the yang. Yes, Kristen. I want you to implement the yin and the yang. The showing up, the surrender, the taking action, the relaxing, the balance of it both. So Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope this was so helpful. I hope this just lit your soul on fire and you're excited to keep moving forward in your relationship with food because you so deserve this. Like Krista says, we have a lifetime, but we also have one life. So how are you going to choose to show up for yourself every single day? Show up for yourself every single day like you matter because you absolutely do. Show up for yourself every single day like you're going to conquer binge eating because you absolutely will. And if you do that, you're going to conquer. Alexandra, you are so welcome. Thank you for being here and showing up for yourself, Alexandra. So have an amazing, amazing, amazing rest of your day, you guys. We'll see you next week for another episode of Tea and Teachings. Have a good one.